My dear one, there has been so many tragedies happening at one time, so many souls. We all feel it. You feel it. All of life feels it. You may not even know what is happening, and you feel it because you are intricately interlinked to all of life, everywhere. If there is one person hurting, all of humanity feels it. And you feel it more now than you have ever felt it. So there is a great blessing to go out to all of the beautiful souls that have left this earth so quickly. Many angels gathered to assist them. They were there before the events, and even more so afterward. And we come to gather with our great energy and love so that you will remember, that you are divine. That you will remember your great love and the essence in which you were created from. For you were created from love, the purest of love, far beyond your imagination, far beyond explanation what it could be. And this love is so powerful that no trauma in existence can destroy it. No negativity, nor painful actions can destroy this love, for it goes far beyond that of affection, caring, and compassion. It is the purest of power. It is the essence and all of life, and it cannot be destroyed. Even now, dear one, there are angels singing and singing all over the earth. And we sing so that you will remember. We sing to give you messages of upliftment. Now is the time on this earth that the course of action of individuals that would act out their pain in such a way to cause even greater pain upon this earth. It has come in time, in recognition and awareness in all of collective consciousness that this shall now come to an end. We as angels gather in this great message. And even those that have been torn by such pain for generation upon generation, perhaps will not believe these words. But there has been a great calling out of all of humanity that this must end. And the old way of humanity ending such pain would be force fighting force. But there has now been an elevation in the consciousness of humanity that we hear prayers, love, compassion, a willingness to raise up into the goodness that you are and were born into. For there is not one soul that enters upon this earth that is ever born full of so much pain they can never know love. You were all born innocent, And it is time for the innocence to rise again. To rise again within each individual. That is the birth of kindness, compassion, understanding, a willingness to listen and to listen again and to try to understand as best you can. There are many things within this world and outside of this world that were happening that did not allow the messages to be heard clearly. On November 6th, as well as November 12th, there was a great comet that passed very close to the Earth. When it does so, you can imagine it is moving through a great netting, a matrix of electromagnetic field. And that electromagnetic field moves through you and all of your existence, and it's tied right into your chakras. And as a great fast comet comes through, so close to the Earth, it sends a great wave of ripples throughout everyone. And as though you were being tossed by an ocean of electromagnetic fields. You might feel dizzy. You might feel forgetful, off-center, not yourself, ill. But you will notice that during those time periods, and a few days before and a few days after the comet passes by, it can be very difficult to hear your guidance. And that is what happens. For these events have less and less chance of success upon this earth because you are growing in your awareness, your intuition, and for many of you without trying at all. It simply is a natural part of the wave of growth of humanity. Many events have happened over the last many years. Compassion has grown. Awareness has grown. Mindfulness has grown. You can't fight it. You collect into it, and it grows collectively greater and greater. And this is why your intuition can grow even without you trying, because you join into a collection. The collection was disturbed during the times of comet passing by. Individuals did not fully receive their messages intuitively to be aware, to look for certain things, to be on guard, to question, to discover. And I will tell you clearly, if the comet had not passed by at that particular time, this bombing could have not happened, because you're too strong in your intuition. You're too strong in your knowing. And in that knowing, you're so intensely strong, so present, so aware. But these things would have been easily discovered. That the success of this matter could have not happened. But a very important and a powerful shift happened. Because of the collective consciousness, because what you've been gathering and building as a collective consciousness together, a great shift happened. And that shift made an adjustment within your energy field so that another comet passing by close to the Earth will not rattle your electromagnetic fields. Something happened in collective consciousness about awareness, about safety and coming together. You will now have a new field around your energy field. And that new field is a stabilizing field. So that no matter the comments or or due to forces in the universe as they come through and go by, and you are normally affected by it. Even earthquakes you will not be affected by in a flow of negative electromagnetic field. So you will keep your thoughts and you will keep your connection, and it will grow stronger even through these events. We congratulate you, dear, because your whole being has attempted this second field for a long time. It's a brand new electromagnetic body, and you aren't able to hold on to it. And it's beautiful to see every single person in humanity, for that is our job to watch you all, has been able to hold on to it. And it grows stronger all the time. This sense of being off, not feeling yourself, being bothered by the outside world, you're going to find the subtle differences, that it doesn't bother you as much. You feel calmer, quieter inside, that you are kinder, more loving, more understanding. You will find the imbalances begin to find their balances easier and naturally. We do not mean to stop your medication, your therapy, or your working with your doctors. No, no, no. This is important. They are helpers in your life. But understand you have a greater opportunity now to heal and not to be thrown off by this world. What this means is, for those that are energetically sensitive, just God help, so that they don't have to be overly sensitive by the world and feel overwhelmed by the world. It is powerful, it's important, and it's made out of pure love. The positive things that happen as a result of this terrible thing, always look for them. Good always comes out of bad. Not because bad creates it, but because good was always there. And sometimes in these traumatic events, where your attention is drawn to the negative, to the painful, to the shocking, those are the times you get to notice the opposite, for it was always there. With this new electromagnetic field all around you, the stabilizing field, you get the opportunity to see more good all the time without the trauma. For these individuals that would create such pain upon this earth, yes, they also have the same extra electromagnetic fields. For every single one of those individuals had the voice coming in that said, don't do this. Don't do this. This is wrong, and it won't help you at all. Don't do this. There is such a thing in all of life that is karma. And just for a moment, your mind can go to these individuals and realize the great karma that they have just taken on. It is tremendous. And this level of karma can take many, 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 many lifetimes to clear. And in fact, such great inhumanity toward mankind, when you take on such great karma, many times you are not allowed back. You cannot have the blessing of this life, for you must travel long and deep to clear this karma from your being. That is the universal law of cause and effect. It is absolute, it never fails, and it is eternal. No one escapes it. But it's good because it teaches you to be mindful, aware, to make choices that are for your good and the good of the whole, and to not react, but to act and to respond. So we would like to do wonderful prayer. We would like your full participation, please, my dear ones. Because you see, when you fully participate, you do not participate singularly, but you participate collectively, and this great power grows. We are going to set into this earth something that has not been on this earth for a long time. In time, the same matrix will go through everyone and everything. But initially, it will simply be around the earth and building itself again and again and again. Why we ask for this is because it is like the greatest hug of gentleness and remembrance, of safetyness, and feeling the love, allowing the love to come in. And it is equal for everyone. It is equal. You may judge another as not being worthy of this love as much as you are. Or you may judge yourself as not being worthy of this love as much as others. But you see, love doesn't determine that. You do. So allow it in. The great work that is being done with this is continuous. We know that the power of the divine can make it so that it can never leave this earth again. Because you see, this time it is not coming from humanity, but it is coming from the eternal prayers that have been said, and the energy of those prayers that have reached out into all of humanity. It is your souls that call this out. It is your souls that give permission for this. Even those that cause terrible harm to others, their soul is pure, even though their ego is not. And so it is the calling out of your souls that brings forth this great matrix. And it is the great call of your souls aligned to your spirit that wants this very much in this world. Are you ready? Lovely. Wonderful. If we may have your attention now. Breathe into your body. Put your attention upon your wonderful body. This blessed miracle that is your body in this lifetime. This blessed miracle of this body that is the wonderful vehicle for your soul. The purity of your being. Now as you breathe into this wonderful body, you breathe the collective breath as though you are feeling on some level the breathing of all of humanity with you. In and out, up and down, the air moves through the collective body of all the souls upon this earth as they cry out for goodness. They cry out for the light of love and healing. And as your body rises and falls with this breath, you are breathing in unison with everyone upon this earth. Everyone, no matter where they are, has breath coming in and out of their body in rhythmic measure. And in this connection, you are not losing yourself to the connection, but it is a recognition that you're part of that connection. And as the souls gather, we thank the great Creator, the source of all of creation, the one and absolute omnipotent power, the essence of all the molecules in existence, of all of existence everywhere, even far beyond this earth. It is time to return the heart to the earth. And as you breathe into your body, we gather the angels now in singing chorus, as they have linked themselves from wingtip to wingtip all around this earth, above the earth, walking the earth, walking around you and everything. And as they raise their beautiful voices to sing, higher and higher, greater and greater, to remove from this earth, from your being, from the ego, trauma, pain and suffering, guilt and even shame. We ask now the great Creator to create this matrix around the heart chakra of every human being. This beautiful crystalline formed matrix that feeds into not just the physical heart, but the emotional heart as well, filling up that emotional body with this beautiful light of love. And as their emotional body is filled with this beautiful light of love, filling up again and again, that this matrix grows within them, gently, permanently, growing into everyone, for we know there is divine permission to do so. We know that there is not one being upon this earth, no bond or ancient in time, that has not given soul permission for this. And so it is created, complete and perfect in its form, filling up the emotional, energetic body with its light of love. And as all the collective wishes and hopes and prayers of all of the people all over this earth, we connect into all of the chants and the prayers and all the mantras and all the well wishes that have ever been thought and have ever been said through the lips of humanity, through the thoughts of humanity, the silence of humanity. Now all collect together. Beautiful crystalline form of light all around the earth, as far as 1 mile above the earth. We thank you, the great Creator, for sealing this now. And if you were to see this beautiful matrix, it forms beautiful patterns of myriads of lines back and forth. Each line is crystalline and formed. There is clear light, the brightest of light, brightest of light. There is pinks and periwinkle and blue and violet, purple, and all the colors of the rainbow, shimmering through each line. And the matrix sends itself now like tiny drops of bright light, creating lines of light now down to humanity, down into each person, down into all of their energetic bodies, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and energetic. Now it becomes a part of them, gently. We know that gently it grows within them, but we thank you, God. We thank you, great Creator, that this matrix is now impenetrable. It is impervious to damage. It is resilient, and it is growing in strength even now. It awakens into the consciousness of humanity a better way. A way of listening and understanding, of communicating and healing. And it grows within humanity back to the true nature of love. Knowing that no matter what discourse is upon this earth, no matter how personal, community or worldwide, now this allows in the divine solution. Not from fear or ego, but the divine solution, the divine intervention. For this now matrix acts as an enormous prayer that is continuously building, repeating itself through the great power of love. And as it comes into the body, it tingles and is warm and growing. We thank you for the divine intervention in this matter, for humanity is precious. All the beautiful souls that have come to this earth now and throughout all of time have contributed positively to this world. Let that be now the tribute reigning through consciousness, uplifting humanity to offer the greatest of who they are. Again and again into their consciousness, this light fills into them. And as it grows and grows daily and even hourly, even minute by minute, all will see the confirmation of this power as it is now built perfectly, divinely, and completely, and sealed with the divine light as absolute. And as it radiates into you, into your life, be grateful, dear ones. Know there are no strangers upon this earth. You do not always have to be in intimate contact with them. But know you are still connected somehow, and now in a beautiful way. We thank you, God, that through the power of the divine and through all the heavenly forces and through all that is good and permanent and perfect, and through the greatest power in existence, this matrix is so. This matrix is so. Fully empowered, fully awakened, made permanent, divine, and eternal, now within every single soul upon this earth, now within all of their emotional body, now within everyone and everything upon this earth. We now celebrate the growing of this power of this light, the purity of love to penetrate even the darkest heart with the greatest light of remembrance. We thank you for this great beautiful events, and for the honor that it is now made permanent upon this earth. And we know that it is now complete forevermore, absolute and growing. And so it is done. We say Om, we say Amen, and we say thank you. Now breathe, please. Oh, that's very good. Breathe a deep breath. We would only ask you to notice. Be aware, be mindful. Notice your thoughts, notice your feelings. Notice how you respond instead of react. Notice the kindness that you feel toward yourself as well as others. Notice how you grow in patience and contentedness. Content to be in the moment, content to meet a stranger, to smile at someone you do not know, but a feeling of wonderful protection. Your prayers are always powerful. Your mantras, your dedication, your commitment, your intention and attention, and your beautiful attitude. But notice that your attitude is easier to hold at a high position now, and not get caught up into the lower attitudes of individuals.